Hi everyone, tonight we're going to be flying one of Asia's best first class product on Cathay Pacific from Los Angeles to Hong Kong. We will do a sea tour, mingle with some cabin crew, sample some champagne and fine dining, and of course you'll always get to see me make a fool out of myself, so let's go and start our journey here in Los Angeles. Alright guys, welcome to Los Angeles International Airport, where we'll actually be flying from here all the way to Hong Kong on Cathay Pacific's first class. It's going to be such an adventure, and I've been looking forward to this flight for almost a year because I had to book almost a year in advance to make sure that I get a war seats via points. And we're going to talk all about that later on in the video, so make sure you watch all the way to the end. I'm going to talk about my redemption situation, but yeah, let's head in right now. Before we get to the redemption situation, let's get to know the lounge situation first for Cathay Pacific First Class passengers. Alright guys, we already passed through security and that was a breeze thanks to TSA pre-check, and we are walking towards the Qantas First Class Lounge. I actually double checked with the the check-in agent about the lounge access. She actually first told me to go to the One World Business Class Lounge, which is a big step less than the Qantas First Class Lounge, and she told me that yes, I can also access the Qantas First Class Lounge, but they might close early, so once they close I can hop on over to the One World Lounge, which is great. Alright guys, so we're actually at the Qantas First Class Lounge. I actually walked the wrong way, so I had to walk all the way back to the other side. Apparently the signage here in LAX is just not so great. But anyways, yeah, so I got in. They told me that the lounge does close earlier than my boarding time, but I can hop on over to the business class lounge nonetheless. But yeah, so let's take a look at this lounge. It's supposed to be a closely resemblance of the one in Sydney. Now, I've never been to the one in Sydney. I don't know if I'll have a chance to do that, but this is not a bad option, I think. So they do have a la carte dining, and they actually don't have a buffet, which is kind of weird, but I guess they can just tell everyone that, hey, you can have a la carte dining with waiter service, then why do you still need a buffet, right? Other than that, there are also shower rooms with all the bath amenities. Alright guys, it's almost time to board, so we're heading over to gate 155 for our Cathay Pacific flight 881 in first class. I'm so excited, it's almost time to go. Our flight CX881 departs from gate 155. This is a 15-hour flight, which is the perfect length for a first class experience. Let's take this opportunity to talk about our ride this evening. Registration Bravo Kilo Papa India is a Boeing 777-300ER with 15 years in service, registered to the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region. This is the only aircraft type that currently has a first-class cabin. However, Cathay Pacific is also looking to add a brand new first-class cabin with the new Halo suite for the upcoming Boeing 777X, but that's for another video. Our cabin is in a low-density layout of 111 with only 2 rows of seats, making it only 6 passengers in first class. I selected my seat to be 1 Alpha because that's the side where I don't have to share an aisle with the middle seats, giving me some extra privacy. The seat itself is designed by British architecture firm Foster & Partners, first introduced in 2010, almost 15 years ago, drawing inspiration mainly from Cathay's own first-class lounge in Hong Kong. It's extra wide with 36 inches of width and converts into an 81-inch bed. If you watch our previous video on British Airways' new first-class seats, you might notice that this older Cathay Pacific seat is both wider and longer than the new British Airways seat. Did you know that the design also features custom material just for this cabin? For example, the handmade wool carpet in each seating area. If you find this information interesting and helpful, please give us a like and subscribe for more. Thank you very much. Alright guys, so welcome aboard Cathay Pacific Flight 881 from Los Angeles all the way to Hong Kong on their Boeing 777-300ER in first class. Again, I can just tell you how excited I am about this flight because first of all, this seat is just massive. Look at that. I have pretty much another seat right here, and we have another seat right there if anyone wants to have a meal with me, similar to a lot of other first class experience as well. But again, that's a really big second seat. And actually, this is an older product. So this is a product that came out a long time ago, at least 7-8 years if I'm correct. So this has been a while, but it's still very, very competitive in terms of size. Now, since it's an old product, it is sort of lacking in certain areas. For example, while there's actually a lot of space, but in terms of storage, I found that there's not a lot. So there's one right over here where we can open. And so you can fit your stuff in there, but as you can see, you can't really fit your like an iPad in there or anything. And that's about it. You also have some storage right there where you can, have the in-flight menu, the headphones, amenity kit. But other than that, that's pretty much it. You do have a closet on that other side, if you can see, on the other side of the TV. But that's for your coat. Although it is a sizable closet, you can probably fit 2 jackets in there. But in terms of just storage for your personal item, there's not a lot. Also, as you can see from the top right here, there's no overhead bins. Now that makes the cabin look very spacious, but there's nowhere to put your luggage. So the only place to put your luggage or even just a backpack is down here underneath the second person seat right here across from your seat. And yeah, again, that's about it. So if you have a small luggage like an away, it will fit. But I don't know where you would put that backpack though, so that could be a problem. All right, so let's go over some of the other features of this seat. We have a sizable remote here with a separate screen, and so for this screen, you can actually view your map on this screen while still watching your movies over here. Now, you might be able to play video games on this as well, but I'm not sure. I didn't try it, but I know you can't watch like a show on here. It will actually just directly play on the big screen, but that's okay. Speaking of the big screen, the IFE is very robust and it's pretty sensitive to touch. Okay, maybe not too much, but they do have a robust selection of movies and shows, so you definitely won't get bored. Over back here on this other little screen here, so you can control your seats. And again, these are not too sensitive. As you can see, it doesn't really do too much unless I press it really hard. But that's okay. So here are the lights over here where I'll turn on the lights. Okay, so let's turn that off. Okay, and we do have our table right here. We'll take a look at that a little later. And we have the power outlets, one USB and one universal power outlet. It's good enough. Nowadays, I do want to see either wireless charging or USB-C, but maybe I'm just asking for too much. Over here, we have seat controls. So there's a takeoff mode, bed mode, and lights. So this is cool because this is kind of like a night light right over here. So you can do
press that, and it'll actually turn off. There's also an Amenity Kit right over here, and we can take a look at that later as well. Banford, okay? Alright, it looks cool. I haven't opened it yet, but I'll open it later. So this is pretty much it. This is the whole seat. Not a lot of features for such a big seat, but you know what? I actually kind of like it. It's also quite private. I don't see anyone else. Speaking of privacy, in first class we have a configuration of 111, and with the A side we have more privacy, because if you can see, if you go down to the aisle, it's just a wall that separates the A and the middle seats, and if you're sitting in the K side, then you're actually sharing the aisle with the middle seats, so you have less of a privacy and more foot traffic on that side as well. So if you're actually flying Cathay Pacific in first class, definitely pick the A side. And since we want to ask the question of, is this flight worth the price? You know, so far my experience has been really good, especially I'm only paying a fraction of the price.
Speaking of price, let's do our redemption situation segment as we get ready to take off. For this Cathay Pacific First Class seat, I pay 125,000 Cathay Pacific Asia miles, which I transfer over from American Express, plus $174 in fees. And by now, we all know that these transferable points are worth 2 cents per piece, which means I pay the value of $2,500 in points. With $174 in fees, my total cost for this flight is $2,674. At the time of booking, this exact flight cost $11,976 in cash. Since we're only paying $2,674, it means that we're only paying 22.32% of the full price. That's a discount of over 77%. And this is also a CPP, cents per point, of 9.8, again making this an extremely good redemption using points. Now that you know how much I pay for this flight, watch until the end to see if you think this first class experience is worth the cost.
Alright guys, so we already reached cruising altitude. The seatbelt sign has been turned off and the cabin crew have been hard at work probably preparing our meal. It's already past 1 a.m. but what the heck, we're gonna eat first, right? As I'm pretty sure you can tell by the difference in the ambient lights, it is dinner time for sure. But I also want to point out something that I didn't touch upon earlier. We have this massive pillow over here. What do you guys think? Do you think that they just left this pillow here and then when we go to bed mode, so they don't have to give you an extra pillow, or do you think this is just an extra headrest and they don't have a headrest, so they just give you a pillow and just kind of put it up there? Let me know in the comment section down below. We also have another pillow down here though for back support, which is really good. And over on that side, right there's a purple pillow as well for your guests, I guess. I mean, of course you can use it too. Maybe you need something to hug when you go to sleep. I don't know. But yeah, so we get 3 pillows in this one seat. Very nice, very nice. All right, since it's almost mealtime, so let's take out our tray table and take a look since we haven't done that yet. I actually had to use quite some force to get that out. But surprisingly, it's a little flimsy actually. Nonetheless, it's thick and it's big, so we can definitely do some work a little later after dinner maybe, but yeah, it's actually on the flimsier side.
Dining in first class is just like going to a fancy restaurant. Before the appetizer, you get an amuse-bouche to get everything started.
Alright guys, so caviar is served. This is the first course of our meal, along with some bread over here and my champagne. Let's take a look over here. This is a 20-gram fresh caviar, so I'm gonna dig in. I'm not even gonna pretend that I'm not hungry for that.
I know it's not for everyone, but what do you guys think about caviar? Do you guys like it? Do you guys not like it? Let me know in the comment section down below.
Alright guys, so now we have the appetizer course of the Chinese meal. We have hot soup over here. Let's take a look. Hot soup, and we have some kind of fish. This is the appetizer course, and both things looks really good. I'm gonna try the soup first. Really good, really flavorful, really tasty. Okay, so I actually looked at the menu. So this is a cold plate, a cold baked cod with honey soy sauce. So the honey soy sauce is really good. Alright, now the main course is here, and this is a wok fry or lobster with XO sauce. Very, very Hong Kong actually. And we also have some pickled vegetable over here on this side. That's the lobster right there. And it actually smells so good. And I can't wait to dig in. So let's see. Oh, I got some lobster shell over here. Okay, let's turn it over. I see. It's half a lobster tail. Let's get some sauce in there. Perfect. You know, they say that seafood doesn't taste that good on the airplane, which is kind of true, but if you still have good catering, you can still have a pretty tasty meal with seafood. So, okay, so the dessert course is served, and this is a very, very fancy donut with chocolate on top and a little bit of cut up strawberry. And then I also asked for a thing of Haagen-Dazs chocolate chip ice cream. You have to have ice cream for dessert, right? Especially on Cathay. They give these out on for economy class too, so it's not just first class, but we might get this flavor for first class. So I think economy might only have strawberry or vanilla, but yeah, everything looks good. So it's more like a cream puff than a donut with a cream filling. It's really creamy. It's really good. It's excellent dessert. Again, so far the catering is superb. We're still gonna try the midnight snack and the breakfast as well. But yeah, I'm already really full actually. But you know, can't waste the food, right? So we have to eat it. Okay, well, we have the last course, which is the Hong Kong style milk tea and some dark chocolate. And you can take a look. I miss the milk tea in Hong Kong, one of the best. They're a little different than the boba milk tea that you get, which is more of a Taiwanese thing, but these Hong Kong style milk tea called Nai Cha is just perfect. It's the spot.
I ate way too much during this meal, which means food coma is about to hit. So I decided to change into my pajamas before I pass out.
Alright, so the bed is made and I'm all changed into my pajamas. And I have to say, this bed is probably one of the most comfortable beds I've ever had on an airplane. You know, I've watched a lot of videos about Cathay Pacific's first class, and I always wonder to myself, can a product from, 7, 8, 9 years ago be as good as some of the newer first class products? But I have to say, this is great. Just the amount of space that you get with this bed is insane. Like, look at that. Look at how much space I have. And I can slide that TV over, and I'll be essentially watching TV while lying in bed. I mean, that's what first class is all about, right? I was actually going to do some work. Well, my backpack is underneath this bed right now, so I guess I can only relax. I mean, I have no choice, right? It's not like I'm being lazy or anything. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this flight, and I'll see you guys in a little bit after some sleep. All right, good morning from 35,000 feet. So I got up and I asked the cabin crew to get me out of bed mode so I can change back to my normal clothes, and I can't help but to order the all-day snack from the all-day menu. So this is a braised beef noodle with Chinese herb soup. Oh, smells really good. So I feel I've been eating this whole flight, probably this whole trip. All right, so let's quickly go over the amenity kit for this flight. It's not a lot of stuff, but they have some good quality things. So first, let's take a look at the eye mask. It's quite large in size, if you can see. Yeah, so it really covers the whole half of your face, so you really don't see any light getting through. The toothbrush and toothpaste are pretty simple, earplugs as well. You do get a mouthwash, so that's good. And we have a moisturizer here, and a lip balm, and face mist. So this is the good stuff, right? This is the good stuff. So let's try it. Let's try it right now. Let's try the face mist. Oh, my eye. Oh, God.
After I wash my eyes, it's time to check out the Wi-Fi. Cathay Pacific offers free Wi-Fi for all first class passengers. All you have to do is enter your name and seat number.
Okay, let's test out the headphone. Super high quality, very good noise cancellation Bose headphones. Really comfortable as well, and it's really sturdy.
Now that I'm out of bed mode, I have no excuse to not do work anymore. But here's a question. Can you spot which TV show I'm watching? Leave your answer in the comment section.
Alright, so it's time for breakfast. So we got some bread and some fresh fruit. I'm pretty sure we also have a yogurt, and then we have the dim sum selections, and maybe some kanjis. Okay, onto the yogurt. Drizzle some honey. There we go. Perfect. Okay, time for the second breakfast. It's the Chinese breakfast. We got a dim sum right here, and I believe chicken and mushroom congee, and Hong Kong milk tea as well. Here's the take. Do you feel like every time you eat on the airplane and the turbulence just comes? Because I swear to God, it's like every time I try to eat and I got hit with turbulence.
Although this was a 15-hour flight, it felt like time just flew by so quickly. As we approach Hong Kong, I want to touch on the cabin crew interaction. They are honestly one of the most accommodating crews I've ever encountered. Not only that, they also work really hard to make sure every passenger was taken care of. I just want to say thank you guys so much.
So I want to give a big shout out to the in-flight crew. So the senior purser Derek, in-flight service manager Serene, and flight purser Crystal. You guys did a wonderful job. It's probably one of the best in-flight crew that I've ever encountered. So good job to you guys. All around good service for this flight.
Fly with Cathay! Yay! Yay! Thank you guys.
I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all of my viewers. You guys totally rock. And if you're new here, I hope you like our content and that I have earned a subscription from you. Thank you all once again.
So this concludes my Cathay Pacific First Class experience from Los Angeles to Hong Kong. So what do you guys think? Do you guys like it? Do you guys not like it? Do you guys think this is worth the cost? It's almost $12,000, right? So do you guys think this is worth the cost, worth the points? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys like these kind of travel, if you guys like this kind of extended review for flight or for hotel, let me know so I can bring you more of the content that you guys like. And be sure to like the video if you enjoy it today. And of course, if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel because I have more adventures coming up that I want to share with you guys. All right, travel well. Bye.